couple ways to prepare for an interview. This is a job interview, a college interview, scholarship interview, I don't know, maybe even a date. I'm not sure about that one. Anyway, think of 3 to 5 situations that you feel went really well in your life. Could be at work, and as you have more work history, you'll have more of these, but could be volunteering or at school, or being on a team or in a club. 3 to 5 situations that you think went really well, and come up for each of those 3 to 5 things that you did that helped it go well, specific things. So for example, you might say, I'll think of an example. So I grew the participation in the Family Business Center from 18 people attending my first event to over 200 people registering for my last event, all in 6 years. That's a specific situation. What did I do? One, I stayed very, very focused on only working on increasing people coming. I did not follow distractions like I could have been hosting other events, hosting conferences, focusing on lots of research. I didn't. I stayed crystal super duper, like vigilantly focused on that. 2, I always had in mind, are we delivering content that people will want to talk about? And so I figured out what that content was. And what that content was stuff they could do something practical with right away, and stuff that made them feel normal, like they weren't the only ones going through it. Don't know if I was right, but it sure did work. So those are my 3 examples of one thing. So come up with 3 to 5 things that you participated in that you think went really well, and 3 to 5 things you did to help them go well. Alternatively, come up with 3 to 5 experiences or things you've been a part of that did not go well, and the role that you played and what you learned from it. Oh, I should have come prepared. Oh my God, I have so many things. So something I was involved in that did not go well. I was part of a peer group for business owners, and I kind of was part of who got it going, but it fizzled out. It fizzled out fairly quickly. I don't think people got very much, if any, value from it. And a role I played is I was really vigilant that allowing for the agenda to just kind of show up for us every time, and not having any sort of boundaries or rules of engagement or ground rules around the group. I think those are 2 things I pushed for that led to the lack of value for people, and the experience not continuing on. Okay, so you don't have to shame the shit out of yourself, but what role did you play? What did I learn from it? Even though I love situations where it's all very organically defined day of, that doesn't communicate a lot of value to people. If I'm not the leader of it, not everybody can lead an organization like that. It wasn't the right structure for the thing we were trying to accomplish in that group. So I learned that works really well for some situations, but I cannot use that as a rule for everything that I'm involved in. Okay, so have those in your head, write them down, journal about them, whatever it is, whatever you need to do to have it in your head. You might even have notes in a little folder. And then when you go to the interview, you'll have that at the top of your mind for any question they ask you. So that's the first thing that I do. The second thing is just make sure you get a great night's sleep the night before so that your brain is quick. Third thing, wear something professional that you feel confident in. And if you don't feel confident in, just freaking trick yourself into feeling confident. Confidence is one of the number 1 ways to seem prepared and ready for a job. Next thing is, please always be interviewing them. I just heard this recently, that people chase what retreats from them. So be thinking, is this a job I really want? Don't be, I really want this job. Ugh, it just comes across yucky. I've interviewed too many people who have that feeling, and it's just neediness is not something that you want to a needy person is not someone you want to hire and then become your colleague. So don't be aloof or assholey, but be interviewing, be trying to figure out, be asking questions. Is this a place I really want to spend my time? Even if you really need the job, find a way to be asking that question. When you are confident, when you're calm, when you're clear, when you're really trying to figure out if you want to be a part of it, that's attractive to the people on the other side. You come across as a person that they would like to work with. Last, which should have been the first, don't only apply for jobs you're 100% qualified for. The only job anybody is 100% qualified for is probably the job they're leaving because they're looking for a bigger challenge. So don't make that mistake. Apply for jobs you have some qualifications for and that you're really interested in. Only way to make sure you don't get a job that you're not qualified for is not to apply. Go for it. Follow those tips and you'll land in the right spot. Oh my gosh, last thing is, before I go into an interview, I always say this. Please let everything turn out just as it should. Just give up control of the whole thing. Let everything turn out just as it should. Gosh, I hope that's helpful. Love you.